Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Journey Through the Dark Side. I'm Daniel.
Simon.
And we are joined by our special guest.
I'm Joey.
That's Joey. And hope you guys had a great 4th of July. I know we did. Still have something witty to say. I ain't gonna lie, I got nothing. I literally tried to do this on the fly, and I ain't got shit.
I just enjoyed the
4th of July!
day off work.
Yeah, that's it. It's exactly it. So I hope you guys had a safe one and everything. So, guys, tonight we're talking about Beware of Dog 2. So, throw those stats up before we get into this thing.
So, Beware of Dog 2 took place May the 28th, 1996, from North Charleston, South Carolina, at the North Charleston Coliseum.
Ooh.
Any guesses on the attendance for the night?
Do you know for sure?
And this isn't in your house, so, take that into consideration.
Let me go first, because Joey can usually nail it right off the bat, or he has it on his thing over there. I'll say... Well, it wasn't even supposed to be in your house. This was just a Superstar taping, so I'm going to say...
Well, we got, this is a retaping of it in your
so
house.
So I want to say 3,000? 4,000? 4,000. I'll say 4,000. I'll stop right there. What do you got?
I'm throwing a guess out there because I normally look this shit up and I couldn't find info on North Charleston. 35.
Well, Daniel was the closest at 4,500 people.
There it is.
That's a big number for them.
and
Just for the
for a
record,
Superstar taping on top of that.
For the record, the actual Beware of Dog event drew 6,000 fans.
Mm-hmm. So not a whole lot more, so.
Right.
So we should explain the reason why there were 2 pay-per-views, because on the first night,
this is the stupidest thing.
This really is kind of odd. That first night at In Your House 8, Beware a Dog, horrible storm came through and knocked the power out. So we got the free match, or the free-for-all match out of the way, and then the first match, but then storm knocked the power out. The matches did go on as scheduled.
They had the...
Yeah, it was in the dark. However, the power did not come back on until after the last, before the main event. So people at home only got to see 2 matches. And I'm gonna guess probably they didn't even see the second one because they realized I ain't fucking waiting around to see if this thing ever kicks back on. So, anyways, they gave everybody a refund, and then they went ahead and rescheduled the second pay-per-view. Now, the second pay-per-view is what we see on the network, which has the first 2, or the first match, the main event from the first night, and then it transitions over into the second, Beware Dog, and they showed 3 of the 4 matches. Apparently, one of them they're just like, we don't need to worry about that other one.
Yeah.
I don't even know what the match was, but they showed the other 3 matches on top of that, and then they go ahead and, aired it all together. And like I said, this was a Superstar taping. I couldn't find out what other matches took place as a Superstar or whatever, but so
cool. Is there any known footage of the original? Even if it's...
Well,
I know when they play documentaries,
and
anytime that pay-per-view is mentioned, like they will show wrestlers wrestling in a very dimly lit ring, in a dark arena. But
I'm guessing it is because in the at the second part of this, the first match of 2 was Austin, Savio Vega, and a Caribbean strap match.
Yeah,
they do show the So I'm guessing it probably is. I don't know if they've ever shown it like its entirety.
I think it'd be neat if they throw it
I wish it would, because the match we're going to talk about tonight actually did have same outcome, but it was a different way of getting there.
Yeah.
And I'll get to that here in a little bit. But speaking of which, we are talking about the main event of Beware of Dog 2.
Yes.
So it's the headliner. We're talking about the Casket match for the Intercontinental title.
Yes.
Goldust with Marlena going against the Undertaker and Paul Bearer.
And a fun fact, this is the first and only ever Intercontinental Casket match.
Boom. And you know what's, to me it's funny too, because storyline-wise, it was just Taker earned himself an IC title match. Now, we know as, smarter fans that the IC title really only has 2 functions. It's either the workhorse title, where, your Perfects, your Hearts, your HBKs, your Razor Ramons, they're busting their ass out there to, or it's just the grooming for the world title in the case of like Ultimate Warrior. Like clearly he wasn't a workhorse, but they're like, this guy's gonna be big. Let's get a title on him right now.
In Razor.
In an alternate world, he won that world title. Anyways,
he didn't need it. Anyways.
But as a kid, I always wondered like why wrestlers didn't go back. Like I guess even now, even if you know the real reason, it still is, I guess, a step back. Stone Cold would never win the world title and then be like, after he loses, like, I'm going to go challenge for that IC title. And I was like, no, that is not going to happen.
I believe it happens nowadays.
Does it? Well, I'm sure it does now. With this crop of wrestlers, too. Like, no one's...
They're all just happy to be there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No one's The Rock, no one's Stone Cold, no one's Hogan. It's just a bunch of fucking...
And the IC title doesn't...
KOs and Seth Rollins. A bunch of IC guys challenging for the world title anyways, in my opinion. But beside the point, I fucking said it. I don't give a shit. If any of those guys think they can actually match up to popularity of Rock, Austin, you guys know where my social media is. We ain't hiding. I'll fucking defend that shit. Anyways.
Sami Zayn.
Hey, great. I don't know away from their wrestling ability. I think they're all great performers. It's just, I'm sorry, they're not world title guys.
They don't have the it factor.
They don't. None of them. Not a single fucking one. Closest one's Bray Wyatt, and they won't let him do anything.
And I bet most of them would probably say, yeah. I agree.
No, they bitch
You think
about
so?
wine.
Yeah, that's what they do.
Seth Rollins cries all the time on Twitter. Seriously, you need to get Twitter. You will have fun with that, because it literally is this pro wrestlers whining and crying. Anyways, so as a kid, I was always like, why did Undertaker never get more world title shots? Like, the guy is like the top of the game. And why did he never get, he just bypassed the IC title altogether. Now, we know why now. He's a special attraction wrestler, and we get that. But as a 10-year-old, 11-year-old, around this time especially, it's like, dude, this motherfucker's badass. Like, how is he not just racking up titles?
Yeah. And he didn't have to climb that ladder.
No, because he just fucking jumped up there. He's Mario'd up that platform.
He ascended.
Exactly, like this. So anyways, the match here pretty much, the build was just pretty much, he earns himself an IC title match. Oddly enough, there was really no heat going into this, but they went straight to casket match, which I thought was very odd.
Yeah.
Like, right off the bat, there was like casket match. It's like, holy shit, poor Goldust. However, a little side plot, not really the build to this, but a debut in Mankind would make his appearance. And in the weeks leading up to this, Taker had a match with Justin Hawk Bradshaw on Superstars or something. It wasn't Raw, but it was something like that. But either way, Mankind came out either during the match or after the match and attacks Taker. Mandible Claw takes him down, unconscious.
First time ever.
Yes.
Nobody fucks with Taker.
No, especially that size either. Like, at least when Giant Gonzalez did it, slung him around a ragdoll, but then eventually Taker gets up and stumbles back. This is the first time where Taker is just fucking laid out.
And even then, fucking, he still needed that rag of chloroform.
Exactly. So,
we don't have to talk about that. We're getting into some good shit.
I was saying, we're actually getting, there's a good era right now. The week before this event happened, actually, Goldust, Undertaker had a promo. Undertaker reveals the golden coffin, which will come back to bite him in the ass later in this match, but we'll get to that later. They reveal the coffin, but then Mankind jumps out and attacks Taker. Again, no one knows why, just trying to make a name for himself. After watching all, wrestling for a while now and reviewing all this old stuff, like, I feel like even when I go beyond kayfabe, the Mankind character makes so much sense to me because Cactus Jack was crazy as fuck. And we look at his entire WCW run, his Japanese death matches, his ECW run. It's like, this is just a further extension of that character even, but just taken to a dark side.
Yeah.
And now it's like he's completely lost all sense of reality, and now it is just like, fuck it. I'm Mankind. Like, now this is what I'm going to inflict on the world. And so it makes sense that this guy shows up to WWF just like, you! And just goes after the biggest dog in the yard. So that's kind of the setup here. Joey, go ahead and kick us off on the actual match itself.
Well, the actual match itself was okay, all things considered. Undertaker and Goldust not ever really working much with each other. Yeah. Both of them big guys. But we start to see a little quicker side of Undertaker. Yeah. That's especially true once he starts working with Mankind and at this point in his career. So he's doing some quicker moves, doing, that's with the start of his greatest striker or whatever the hell Michael Cole says. But he starts getting, to be the quicker Undertaker, and he's bouncing around a little bit more.
This is around the time because I was reading like the original bio about him when we started this off, and he talked about they wanted him to be the stiff zombie. Finally he's like, did you not watch like what I can do?
Yeah.
Let me do that with the character, and I think they're finally taking some of that off of him.
They're giving him,
letting him evolve a little bit.
Yes,
right. The character's evolving and it plays into some more of the better matches, and hopefully and actually getting a guy like Goldust there, Dustin Rhodes.
Yeah.
Even back then, he had some spurts of good wrestling moments, and
absolutely,
and it was a good match. It really was. kind of went a little too long. I thought,
I didn't think the length was too bad. I get what you're saying.
There were moments where you're just sitting there like, what's going to happen next? But overall, out of 5 stars, I give this one a 3.
This dude's going right to the ending already. Like he's like, fuck this, I'm out.
I'm just,
He's ready. He's ready. He got something to do today.
It was okay.
I do like right off the bat. We get Goldust. He's out in the ring. He's waiting, and then here comes Paul Bearer, and then lights are out.
Yeah, by himself.
And then boom, when the lights kick on, Taker's behind him.
On the already up on the rope.
No, not yet.
That's a different match.
That's next match, yes, and I'm gonna get to that too. I thought that was funny as well. But we'll get to that next match. This match, standing behind
next
him.
week, guys.
And next week, tune back in. But no, I definitely like that aspect of it.
The fucking sneak attack.
With Goldust, here's the issue with me with Goldust. Was when this came out, I was just turned 11. I was close to 11, and so I was living in that WWF bubble. I mean, I was aware of WCW, but I didn't watch it. So even then, I knew that he was Dustin Rhodes when he was Dustin Rhodes, and the only part of that I've ever seen was him at Royal Rumble '91, I believe, and him and Dusty took on Million Dollar Man and Virgil in a losing effort. And then you see Goldust, who, and this is literally how they portrayed him, as a bit of a Nancy boy. He's a bit of a sissy. And so I never took him that seriously. So the first time I actually watched this match years ago,
he's androgynous.
Yes. And so the first time I saw this match years ago, I hated it. Because I'm like, dude, there's no way Taker's getting his ass kicked this much by that guy. It just ain't happening. Even when I became a little smart to it, it's just like, no, his character is just, he's weird and freaky deaky. Like, there is nothing to him. It's not until recently when I went back and started watching a lot of his, and at this point I've seen every one of his, at least at that first run, WCW matches, pay-per-view matches, and it's like, god damn was Dustin Rhodes great. Like, I mean, I'm not just saying good. He was great and very underrated. And so when I'm watching it now...
Probably the best wrestler with the Rhodes name.
I don't know, man. Cody's pretty fucking awesome.
Yeah.
But... I'll say he's a better wrestler than his old man. His old man had more charisma,
yeah.
But I will say Dustin Rhodes is definitely a better in-ring performer, or wrestler, not necessarily performer. But when I'm watching this match now, it's like, now it's a little bit more believable. Now that I've got the history of Dustin Rhodes, breaking the outside of that WWF bubble, it is like, no, I can see this fight going toe-to-toe almost. And so when he does start picking up the big, victory, or, getting the upper hand and everything, it's like, yeah, I'm buying it. I am. Before I guess I zoom to the end, any more highlights from the match you want to talk about?
I mean, I think that I will completely complain about one specific.
We're going to get there. So we get to the end. We throw Taker in the coffin, and when Goldust goes to shut the thing, Taker, bah! And when he does, he Incredible Hawks it, and the fucking coffin lid goes off. This is what we don't do coffins, guys. We do caskets.
Yeah.
God damn it. It's a casket match. We did, even in the coffin match, it was a casket, so it was like, either way, the lid comes off completely. Yeah, because the coffin's what we see here, and the casket is more big and strictly made out of wood.
Pretty sure they're all caskets.
Either way, this is definitely more. Yeah, Google. Yeah, look at that shit. Anyways, so lid comes off, and it's embarrassing. You're just like, fuck, guys. So they start fighting some more, and at this point, Goldust is kind of getting the upper hand, but then Taker finally comes back, says, fuck this. Tombstone, and as he goes to bring him into the coffin, opens it back up, BAM! Mankind, Man of the Claw, takes him down quickly.
So I guess we're teleporting to 96 too.
Well, no, I got my behind kayfabe reason behind this.
Okay.
You stick with it. You know I take care of you. You know I take care of you. So, throws Taker in the coffin.
I'm going to go outside and yell at some clouds.
Fucking cloud. We lock it, and of course, Goldust wins and retains his IC title. At this point, smoke is billowing out of the coffin.
Fucking McMahon's choking.
Oh yeah, and thing is, they're freaking out. He's locked in the coffin. I'm like, that entire right side of that coffin is ripped open. Like, even if that one corner is locked with the key, you can easily pry that thing open to give the guy air.
Oh yeah.
It's locked, guys. It's locked. Mm-hmm. So, anyways, Paul Bear's freaking out. Like, oh, he's locked. What are we gonna do? I'm just like, son of a bitch. So Mankind leaves, Goldust leaves, and then finally they get they don't even unlock it. They're just like, let's open it. They open it up, and he's gone. During this time,
it's got a timer.
Yeah, they got this. They keep doing the start-stop with his music. So here's my behind kayfabe reason here to make it wrestling real, but also make it fit our reality.
God damn it.
Shit. Macho outlaw wrestling bullshit. So
we should have been the main fucking event.
Undertaker has a backup plan, and he always has a get out of jail contingency plan. And so I feel like every time there's a casket match, he has that trapdoor ready because he's like, I'm not getting buried alive in my own shit, so I will figure a way out of there. And so he set that up.
Well, he built the thing, right?
He built it. And see, here's the thing. Mankind, we'll get more into Mankind a little bit later, I guess, but he knew this. Like, he, for some reason, knows Undertaker's mind games at this point. I think that's another thing we need to kind of touch on here, is the theme of mind games over the next few matches, because Taker has always played mind games with his opponents. Goldust, albeit a different set of mind games, still fucks with his opponents as well, constantly rubbing their chests.
Did Goldust do the, excuse the terminology, I know it's 2020, did he do the gay routine with The Undertaker?
Yeah.
Kinda. He got up in his face and was kind of doing this stuff, and I want to say even in the promos leading up to it, a lot of his innuendos was leading that way. I don't think he ever did the Ahmed Johnson gave him mouth-to-mouth kiss to Taker, or the razor rub and shit, didn't do that far. I don't think Taker would let that happen, which is good, because I'm already pissed that he let Savio Vega do the salsa cha-cha in front of him. I'm still pissed about that. But anyway, and brought the bat when he does it, he's just like this, and Taker's like, fuck you, uppercut, you're going down. He didn't play around. And not for that reason, I'm not, not for homophobia, he's just like, dude, I'm Taker, you ain't gonna fuck around with me, I'm putting you down. So, and then you got Mankind, who also, I don't know if he was playing mind games, but the guy's just so psychotic, he just does whatever and it comes off as mind games. But it really is like this psychological triangle we got going on right here, which is really fascinating throughout the rest of this feud we got. So, he realizes this is what's going on, and he goes under the ring, hides out, because he had a match earlier with Henry Godwin, and he goes into, he goes, ooh, what's this? Oh, trapdoor. Ah, here I am. And he waits. Taker gets taken out legitimately. He's unconscious because Mandible Claw works. And when he wakes up, he's just like, fuck me. Button, drop down, roll out, pushing it back up.
Gone.
Now, we have, when we did the Yokozuna, I won't rehash it. If you want to see our Yokozuna review from Royal Rumble 94, I go into a lot of detail with his minions, the Druids. But Taker and Paul Bearer aren't just them. They also have a team of Druids that work with him. I like to think these are just guys who they employ, who also have that Darkside sensibility. Not great in-ring technicians, which is why you don't really ever see them wrestle, but they're minions nonetheless. And so I feel like whenever the lights would cut out, in my mind as a kid, I always imagined that it was the minions. Because like the guy who runs the switchboard, he's not just like, hey, by the way, cut the lights out. He's like, no. Like, I'm a professional switchboard guy. Like, I hit what's on the sheet. This ain't on the sheet. But thing is, the minions are like, oh, no. Get out of the way. And they're not gonna fucking minions. You can't fucking Taker. You're scared. So, they're back there going, oh, wait, hit the music. Shit, ain't no time. Wait, stop the music. Stop the music. Okay, shit. And at this point, Taker has fog machines set up everywhere. I know this is ridiculous, but fuck it, we gotta make it work. And so he's got the fog machine inside the casket, he hits it, and then we're like, okay, fog's going, you know what? Fucking hit the music now. And they open up, as Paul Bearer knew, because he already knows Taker's not in there, and he's just like, alright, I gotta play along. Open it up now. Open it up, he's gone, oh my god, where's the Taker? He's gone! And so that was how it really happened. Fucking challenge me on that. I don't give a shit, I got an answer for everything. So, that's that. As far as Aftermath goes, I won't go too much because really each pay-per-view feeds into the next one. So just know that the feud between Taker and Mankind has now escalated a little further. And yeah, we'll talk more about that next week. So, Joey, you just kind of give us your entire review of it though. What was your final score?
My final score, like I said.
Out of 4. Out of 4,
it'll be a 2.
2. You're going 2. Oh, you go anything after that?
It was okay. Like I said, it was an okay match. However, for being a couple big guys, it was good. We got to see a little more Taker being quick, and a little bit of sneak attack Taker at the same time.
Absolutely.
At the beginning. So yeah, like I said, it was okay.
I'll go. I'm gonna also go 2. I feel like this match never really got out of gear. It was a casket match, but it had no heat. It was literally like, even when you're watching it, and even storyline-wise, or even just whatever, Taker's not gunning to kill Goldust and end him yet. You know what I mean? Like, he's really, the only heat reason he's there is for that title. So it's like, yes, there should be some heat for the title, but it's like, god damn, you went right to the casket match? Yeah. Like, I'd be like, literally, if I show up on the main roster, I'm just like, alright, whoever the IC champion is, like, I want you, Hell in a Cell next month. They're like, whoa, buddy, we don't escalate that quickly around here. Like, you do a regular. No, he went straight to casket. So, But I feel like this match didn't really have heat to it. So there was like, Goldust does use a cord to choke him out at one point, and there's some chair shots. But it just felt like, I don't know, it just never got out of that gear. Add to that the horrible botch of the coffin lid getting ripped off. And, once again, it's an accident, and botches happen. It does make for some ridiculous viewing, and you're just embarrassed watching it. However, all that aside, I do think that the ending, regardless of the botch, still a cool ending. Like the image of Mankind popping out of that coffin and taking him down, the story they're telling, and what they're setting up. Once again, this is an in your house. I fucking hate fucking smarts who's like, pay-per-view should end with a decisive pin. Fuck off, alright? This is in your house. They're building to something bigger, so I'm happy with that. And that was a shot at you, because I know you do that sometimes. Anyways, but no, it's building to, more storyline, not just with Undertaker and Mankind, but also Undertaker and Goldust. So, I'll give it a 2 as well, only because I do feel like, the match itself, textbook good. I mean, there's nothing bad in this match. I don't feel like there's anything that took too long. Maybe it did take a little longer, but I think they're just trying to make up for the fact that they just fucked an entire pay-per-view the night before. Yeah. So they're just like, we got to spread this out. But I don't know. It wasn't really a big complaint there. Mine was just more the fact that this is felt like there's no urgency. And then Goldust does the I'm scared of coffins. I hate when people do that shit. Like, that just gets old. It's like, I get it, but at the same time, it's like...
Yeah, it's like you gotta have in casket matches. It's like they gotta have that spot where the guy runs up to the gets thrown towards the.
There's a coffin. Fuck! I'm gonna run away. It's just ridiculous.
It works.
Everybody turns.
Yeah, he walks by it just fine.
Yeah. Like, that's what I love about Mankind. Murder's like, I'll start the thing in this motherfucker. I don't give a fuck. Yeah. Recently, AJ Styles did the same thing when he pops out of the coffin. I'm like, you know what? Yes. That's what I would do. I'm really just gonna be like, fuck that coffin. I ain't scared of that shit. I'm scared of Taker. I'm not scared of the coffin. Like, they're not gonna let me die in there. At least I hope not.
I just hope Taker's not all on the up and up. And hey, this guy might be in the casket. Dude opens the lid on the casket. Taker says, game over, bitch. Immediately shuts it. Match is over.
That's it.
Yeah. That would
be the best match ever. They're like, coffin, and then he's like, oh, where's he at? Is he? Oh, you're in there. Shut up. Stay there. Over. New record for casket matches. What's your final thoughts and your ranking, your rating?
I'll give it a 2. Because,
2 across the board, right there.
Match wise, average,
yeah.
Perfect. And that's one thing. Like I've always said, like up to this point, still Taker, and he will eventually. Taker hasn't had great matches, but Taker's not out there to have great matches.
Yeah.
His matches are always built more around story and the theatrics and all that kind of stuff. The in-ring action is almost secondary.
Yeah.
On certain occasions, the match will take, like when he had the King of the Ring,
Yeah.
it was, there was no story, no build there. So,
yeah. It was just progressing the comma story more than anything else. So.
But as Joey said, 2 barely good-sized guys, and who hadn't worked much together at all, really. And now, did Dustin and Mark have?
No, because
okay.
Dustin didn't show up until '91, and by that point, Taker's already in WWF. Right. So,
but so yeah, 2.
2 across the board.
But like you said, the biggest thing is what it's built into.
Yes.
It's like, because Taker has those matches, you start to see kind of this trend where, and you talk about his little side quests.
Yeah. He's definitely on a big side quest right now. Like, this side quest is going to take a while, but yeah, you're right. This is this once again, this is why we're doing the show, because he does have a very storied career.
But he'll have a match with a guy, and at first you might say, well, what's going on here? You know, why? And again, they didn't need to escalate the casket match immediately, but anyways, but it's like, don't worry about this match. Wait and see what's coming next. This is just a piece of the puzzle.
It's part of and prologue of a bigger part.
A feud, one of Taker's best feuds ever in his entire career.
It's coming up.
So yeah.
One thing I want to touch on real quick too, because once again we're in '96 right now, and as much shit as and even Joey, he's been here for some doozy matches too.
Oh, yeah.
But we've been through a lot of shit. But this year so far has just been phenomenal, because we already had Bret Hart at Royal Rumble. Even the Diesel match was surprisingly good at WrestleMania, and here we are. Like I said, even though this match didn't have a whole lot of heat to it, it was still better than a lot of stuff we've seen prior. So, and once again, we know what's ahead. But I want to touch on quickly his look. Because he's not
Yeah.
quite mystery yet, but he's definitely starting to get to that. He's got more leather, he's got the studs and everything, but he's
Yeah.
still got the old school gloves. I mean, it's that transitional, and I love this look. And that was that he has like the painted on eyebrows that are like
Yeah.
anger. I don't know. This Taker, we're getting to like peak Taker, and my favorite Taker's coming up shortly. But we're getting there.
Yeah.
We're about a month away or so, but still.
And this also shows, I mean, and Dustin's a big guy, so maybe this isn't the best example, but this shows that, like, they're finally deciding, or at least it's popped in their head, you know, we don't have to give Undertaker every giant that comes through here.
Exactly.
Right.
You know, he can work with average-sized guys and regulars,
Absolutely.
you know, and again, we're going to start seeing that coming up
Yeah.
more, but it's like, you know, his worst matches were with
Bundy,
Giant
Gonzalez,
Gonzalez,
Kamala.
And you'll also see that when he's working with these smaller guys, it also plays into the Taker's kind of getting more vulnerable.
Yes.
Sort of thing. He's selling more.
And we were talking about that with the Bret Hart match. And I
Yeah.
feel like, you know, because once again, we go behind kayfabe, and clearly he doesn't have to be going for powers. It's always a mind game thing.
Uh-huh.
But I feel like Bret Hart is the first one to really break him down and prove that, no, this guy isn't the boogeyman. He literally is
Amen.
a mortal man like the rest of us. And I feel like we're seeing even in this match, and especially the next match, that Paul Bear's doing the earn's up, Taker, come on. And Taker's not rising with it. And it's like, it's almost like we go beyond kayfabe, whereas Taker's just like, okay, you know, clearly the cat's out of the bag at this point. Like, we're still employing the spooky mind game, we'll still be fucking with people, but that whole earn thing is just not going to be as big of an issue this time. And I feel like now, and once again, we can just, you know, incorporate it into Beyond Kayfabe. It takes a lot of pressure off Taker to have to be that unstoppable killing machine, but at the same time, though, now we're seeing him being weakened down by Goldust, by Mankind coming up, you know, Nash, fucking Hart. I mean, you're seeing everybody able to break him down. So you're seeing a more human side of Taker now, so. Well, guys, I think we kind of much covered this one, but much we could do. So, guys, next week, King of the Ring.
Yeah.
You think it'll be better than last King of the Ring? Do you think it's going to be better than the
there's
main
no
event?
way.
I mean, that match was pretty incredible last time. That match was incredible last time. So, all right, guys, so come back next week. I'm Daniel,
Simon.
Joey.
and we'll catch you next time. Oh, shit. Didn't always run, sorry. Hi. Thank you for watching that video. Be sure to give us a thumbs up, share it, subscribe to our channel. All that good stuff you do right here on YouTube, go ahead and do it. Check out our other videos. Go to our playlist. We got episodes of TPS TV, Journey Through the Darkside. We got a new show coming out, the horror movie review with Daniel Richardson. This guy. And of course, our short film, Entropy. You can find all that and more right here on YouTube. And then check out, yeah, look at that. All of our social media right there. And we don't just, you know, copy and paste like the same post and put it on all. No, that's ridiculous. 3 different platforms, 3 different posts. I mean, the behind the scenes stuff you see on Twitter will not be the same stuff you see on Instagram. So there you go, right there. So be sure to get on, give us a follow and a like on all that right there. Keep up to date. Have you seen Unspeakable Acts yet? No? Come on. Pick you up the DVD right now. Links over there. Oh, yeah. It's only $7. $3 shipping and handling. And of course, if you've already seen it and you haven't seen the public domain dungeon yet, boom, $5 DVD right there. So 5 S&P as well. Or sorry, 3 S&P as well. So there you go. Do that. And if you got the spare change, you want to hit us up, you know, donate a little bit over here to TPS Productions. Our Patreon is right there. Oh, yeah. So that's all we... Oh, my God. Sorry. I'm getting fired, ain't I? Guys, that's all we got. Thank you for watching.